Go up and get with the worship team. They didn't have the nerve to tell him to go, go over there. He'd just go up there. He'd go up with the worship team. He wore a Salvation Army uniform all the time. I don't know if he was part of it or he just had it. I don't know which. But he wore that thing. He'd get up there and he'd just worship God. Woo. I don't know what he was saying or what he was doing, but tears would run out of his eyes. And I'd say, if anybody's there, he is. And he's got an IQ of 60. Somehow, some way, some Christian had the mind of Christ and was able to break down the gospel simply enough for that boy to understand that Jesus loved him. Spiritual man knows all things. The reason why people resist is because they can't see. They're blind spiritually. They can't hear. They're deaf spiritually. And we ought to have the kindness to guide them out of the darkness into the light. We ought to have the kindness to speak to them in a way that they can hear. We ought to be spiritual enough to do that. Spiritual enough. So we're going to do something here real quick, like. So Timothy received something. Don't know what, because the Bible don't tell us. But he received some impartation, some gift by people praying for him. Now, this is what I want to do. Okay? And this is what the Lord told me to do. So if you feel like I'm cutting you out, I'm not. It's just, this is what God told me to do. I just preached a whole sermon about listening to what God says, right? Okay. So there's 5 people that we're going to pray for this morning. Okay? Dennis? Fred? Tim?